Well, so far our trip has been very, very smooth. We've been very lucky. We are in Los Mochis this morning. We spent the night at a hotel. I did a separate video on because I didn't like it, and but we had a wonderful dinner at a nearby restaurant called La Marina in Los Mochis. We are about, I think, 4.5 hours out from Mazatlan. The trips, we really rammed it through. On Tuesday, we like did 10 hours. We were both like, you know. And yesterday was 7 hours. The weather has gotten better. It's less desert. It's more green. I'm really liking Sinaloa so far for the weather. And the issue of traveling with a dog is, you know, a lot of places, restaurants and hotels are hostile to it, and I guess it's the dog owners they're hostile to because a lot of us are probably not very responsible. So I always have to pay a deposit, and also finding a hotel that you'd sleep in, that you'd want to sleep in, take your clothes off in or shower in, that will take a dog as well. So we had very limited choices here in Los Mochis. Our traveling, we're doing very well in terms of time and travel. The roads are just fine. We've had a couple of not so great, but really Mexico is doing a fabulous job repaving all their roads and bringing them up to steam. And we're on a federal highway, and so far so good. We had one little glitch. I don't remember where. It was right when we got into Sonora. We were stopped by the federal police, which is not unusual. I mean, checkpoints, usually they wave you through, but this was a man and a woman. And the woman was leaning against the door, and she was looking in. And I just looked at her and I went, we're in for it. And we were in for it. They went through our bag like we were smuggling cocaine, you know, everything. And of course, we had nothing, we thought. What they found was a packet of money that I had tucked away with my computers, and they opened it up and they, oh, you can't be traveling with this much money. You can't travel with more than $1,000. By the way, it was $1,800. Everything else I have, of course, I pay in pesos or use a credit card. I said, nobody, you know, that's not true, by the way. But we were a little uncertain. We were a little uncertain because we hadn't heard of this before. So there was this negotiation back and forth, back and forth. There was no negotiation. They weren't ever going to keep the money, but they were like counting it in front of me and scolding me for having it. Oh my God. And Mariana, oh my gosh, she really handled it beautifully. She never got upset. She never got angry. She never said, hey, what the hell are you doing? That's not true. But in the end, she lost her cap. She lost her hat. Not her cap, her hat. The guy liked her hat. And he said, oh, I like your hat. How much did you pay for that? You know, where'd you get that? And she said, oh, I like it. And then in this sort of casual way, she said, well, if you like it, you can have it. And he said, okay. And he took it. And he gave her his old sweaty hat. So, and she was a new hat. And he shouldn't have taken it at all, of course. He shouldn't have taken anything. At least they didn't take the money. But things have changed in Mexico since the old days when, you know, we know. Things are better now. Still, they did decide to bully a couple of female travelers, break up their boring day. And that kind of put a little sour taste in our mouth. I know she's already made a formal complaint to the authorities about it. And 4.5 hours, what do they say, God willing, and the creek don't flood, I'll be in Mazatlan about 1 o'clock this afternoon.